I'm getting so tired of Restream and YouTube and Facebook and their nonsense. It's just, I can't get any of it to work properly, right? Set it up ahead of time, do all the URLs and the keys and everything, and then at the last minute, right before it goes live, it goes, oh, your YouTube account needs to be reviewed for the stupid COPA thing. And I'm like, oh. So it looks like I'm not doing anything live, and so I stop it, and then someone chimes up and says, where were you? We saw you, you started. I'm like, it says I wasn't doing anything. So I'm so tired of it. I really apologize for not having it go on like that, but it's just, I don't know what to do about it, man. It was working great, and then the last 2 times have just been terrible. And of course, you know, I put all this work into the stupid
thing live.
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
Chimes up and says,
shut up.
We saw you, you started.
Shut up.
I'm like, it says I wasn't.
Okay. So I spent all this time making a stupid thumbnail and setting it up for a specific time to do it, and then it just F's out on me. So I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, Sunday, we've got something going on tonight that I'm not really sure if we're actually going to go through or not, because happy coronavirus and social distancing. We made some plans, but now we're kind of like, yeah, let's see what happens. But I'm going to stream early just to be safe. So we're going to do a little design tonight. I'm going to finish up this. This is a local beer. These are both locals. They're both from Flying Man, which is a Pflugerville brewery. This is a Imperial Bourbon Barrel Aged Imperial Russian Imperial Stout. And there's only about that much left, so I'm going to finish this off first. I realize it's in a bomber and it looks like I'm going to town, but you know, whatever. So welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. While I'm drinking this, I'm going to show you what we did last time. So I don't know if I showed you this last time, but this is what I built for the our lug meeting. It's a we did movie reviews. Hi Glenn and Lisa and Steve and Matt and anybody else on YouTube. I apologize again for having the premiere thing all messed up and whatever. So if you're here, I'm grateful. So anyway, this was a scene from No Corona Beer. No Corona Beer. This is a scene from Knives Out. This is, if you look up Knives Out, it's got an image of Daniel Craig and the lead actress, and he looks like he's interrogating her. She's just kind of sitting there. But you can see the window, knives from the window. So this was the challenge was a 16 by 16 vignette, movie vignette, and this is what I came up with. And I got the carpet idea from the Friends set, kind of a brick-built carpet instead of different tiles, and so you can see the fluted or grilled tile or bricks in there to give it a little texture. Anyway, so there's that. Also, I started building my own light box so I could take better pictures. And if you go to Instagram, if you follow the link up top to my Instagram page, you can see the results of that. And so I'm starting to do these Microfighter builds now with instead of just the little, whereas before they would sit on this panel like this, and it would have, you know, it would sit up here like this, and it would have a little printout of what it was called. And I like that okay, but I think I like this better, where it has a little scene of like where, so this would be like the little street that he was racing on. So I'm going to start doing that for all the Microfighters too. And even if there's nothing to put underneath it, maybe I'll just put like black with some stars or something like that to give it some indication of what's going on. So there's that. And I'm really happy with the way the light box has been working out. It's netted some really nice pictures, so I'll probably be re-photographing a lot of stuff just to get some good shots on it. That's it for the builds. This is what we worked on last week. You can see, yeah, that would take up full screen. This is what we ended up with. This was the Octoptara Tridroid. This is just a render of it. This is where it left off. You can see in the render it doesn't look like there's any shadows under the legs because it didn't, for whatever reason, it didn't lower itself down all the way. So that was my fault during the render. I don't know why it doesn't lower itself down all the way, but if I moved it, it might kind of put itself back down on the plane. And if not, I could forcibly lower it. It doesn't really matter. What I was going to do is I was going to make a couple changes. I want these hollow round things to go in here, but I don't think I'll be able to get a good color. Yeah, they don't come in that color. So you can see what color they do come in. Because I don't like these things just sticking up there like this. So I might put those on them like that. And also this thing needs to rotate, and this axle is not going to let it rotate. So what I thought of doing is instead of the axle is to put a bar in there instead, and this could be any color really. But that'll let it, I realized that once I put it in there earlier, it wasn't going to, with the axle, it wasn't going to rotate. But that should let it rotate. So now the legs can spin around if you want to, or you can just spin this section around, the gun section around. And I like the way that this kind of little cheat here, it's just a little off-centered, but it gives you a little bit of menacing red eye. You could probably put on 3 or all the way around it. I think it only has 1. But by the same token, you could use the same little neck piece and put it in between here some other ways, and maybe put some wedges up on it to give it a little bit of design quality. Anyway, so that's what we worked on last week, and I really liked it. I think it turned out well. Yeah, it turned out, I think, pretty spot on to what the actual droid looks like, so I'm really pleased with that one. So we're going to save this one and start anew. So, hi Cater Gaming, how's it going? Hello streamer, wish you a nice day. Just want to tell you, you look good even with just a few followers. You can achieve a lot. I appreciate that. Thanks for stopping by. Hi Claire on Facebook, I hope you're having a good day. Again, I apologize for the weird start. We had a, we like there's a studio behind me that's in charge of this. I had an issue with starting streaming up on Restream, and then as soon as like I hit OBS start streaming, and I looked over to check on Restream to make sure everything was kicking in and nothing was starting. I'm like, ugh. So I hit refresh just to see, and I get a bunch of alerts from like Mixer and YouTube saying that the accounts need to be reviewed, and I think they just do that periodically, but I'm like, ugh, really? I set this up 20 minutes ago, and when I did, there was nothing wrong. So, all right, anywho, this is what I'm gonna be working on today. It is the CSS-1 Corellian Star Shuttle. This ship is actually used a lot and modified by a bunch of other ships. It's kind of a base model for a lot of other things. There's another ship I was going to work on called the Maison Marinette, which is, I can't remember the dude's name, but he's the dude with the red pointy helmet in Rogue One. It's his ship. And it says it's a heavily modified Corellian Star Shuttle, which when you look at it, you're kind of like, yeah, that looks nothing like that, but I get it. All right. So anyway, this is the image that I did for the thumbnail. So it's a basic shuttle. Got a rounded front end, got some greeblies right here, and I think just 3 engines. And I'm not sure what's kind of on the back end of it. There's no real good, this looks like it might be an okay image. We're going to open this in a new browser. Or a new tab. Yeah, and this is a fan render, so it's hard to see. It does just look like it's got maybe some sort of heat sink, exhaust, something right there. So we'll just kind of base it off that. But it's a pretty basic ship. I'm going to be interested to see how we can get the roundedness up here. I'll put the pilot kind of right in the middle. I'm trying to stay away. There's a bunch of images of it, but there's an image of, and if you scroll down far enough, of one of this. This is the other guy that did a lot of Microfighter designs, this Ki Young Lee. he's got hundreds done, and I'm trying not to look at it so I don't get any sort of conflicting interference, or interference is always kind of conflicting. Any interference on the creative process. So we'll just base it off this image and probably this image. There's a lot of detail in this, and there's a lot of detail in this one. So let's get to it. Also, it is a this is technically Senator Palpatine's shuttle from, you see it landing in Phantom Menace. So I don't think I've got a minifig saved. So we're gonna do a small. There is a Senator Palpatine figure that you can get from the Venator, but he's got this like weird, crazy look in his face, and I'm not a fan of it. Plus, this is I want to look at from the Clone Wars, or from Phantom Menace. He looks completely different, and I want to get him. I want to get one. See, this is the one that for the Venator that he's got, but I want to get one. Yeah.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. You haven't fed her yet, have you?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Good.
I fed her lunch.
Thank you.
You're
Sorry,
welcome.
Continue.
No problem. So this is the one that comes with the Venator, but I want one that looks more like this from Phantom Menace. I don't know how I'm going to do the hair, but we'll see. So give him some robes. Torso robe. It's going to be kind of hard to... And this is just to kind of get the look, because obviously... Oh, you know what? I don't know if Bricklink might have that. A figure for that. I don't know if they do. I don't know if one exists. We'll have to get a custom one maybe. So, this is always my favorite part of doing these, is trying to figure out which one of these robe. See, a lot of these are... Can't really tell. I don't know what that's supposed to be. But this is... I'm going to take this off for the time being because it's not really purple, is it? It's like a black with purple. Yeah, it's more that dark violet. And then I'll give him some black arms. I don't know which one of these looks better in that color. It's not really a robe. Let's see if we can make these bigger. Nope, that's too small. I don't want to just be scrolling through this all day, but I kind of want to get... And again, it doesn't matter, because whatever it is, we're not going to actually build this around. See, that's pretty cool. That actually looks pretty good. Nah, maybe not. It looked good, but then it had that weird star sticking up on it. That is the one I wanted. Oh, that's why. It was a different one. Yeah, that's pretty good. Ignore that yellow spot right there. Because then we can give him black arms. And it'll look a little bit like that. So if we have to custom build this, great. No big deal. The thing effed up again. Like, I tried to go streaming, and two of the channels, even though I set it up like 15 minutes earlier, it went, you have to look at a review, you have to review your settings. And I'm like, but when I started this and set it up, so when I hit stream, it didn't do anything.
That's weird.
That's just such a problem. I'm getting really frustrated with it. But there's music also. Not sure what's going on with this. Swear to God, dog. She keeps doing that. Just put her back in her crate. Well, I hope she listens to you. So I hope everybody's having a good time with their social distancing and being safe, and let's do that. Staying home, staying clean. At least turn it down. I know it's kind of a bummer to be stuck at home if you're working from home or anything like that. Robot. That didn't help me. Yeah, I don't now like that torso. That's a little better. What is that, a tie? Wish there was a hood thing that you could put on that kind of hung back. Not like a, oh, yeah. No. That makes it all better. Look at that. So yeah, let me know what your plans are for staying inside. And I know that we had a couple things going on that were kind of last minute, waiting to see if we're actually going to do them or not. Here in Austin, the city has basically said anything with, and I don't know how much this is like across the nation yet, but it's not light flesh anymore, it's light nougat, right? Okay. Any gathering over 250 people has been like, you can't do it. And so Beth and I were talking, and it was kind of like, oh man, what if you were getting married and you had a big guest list? I mean, how do you, what would you do? I mean, surely there's like wedding insurance and stuff. But also things like, I mean, we've got a couple friends who are traveling, and they've had to put their travel plans off in the next like week or two because of this. It's so messed up. Sorry, I was checking something. All right. Anyway, so we need an old-looking dude head. There's one that was like, see, if I just put head old, it doesn't find a, because there's no like old people heads, or they don't call them old, they call them like head with lines or something. Now I gotta look through to find like a creepy old man, but it's not a creepy old man yet. Like we kind of think he's creepy, but he's not. That was one thing that movie really kind of bothered about that movie that bothered me. One of many things, but the fact that like was it supposed to be hidden from us too, or was it I mean, I know it's showing us that he was the bad guy, but at the same time it's like, could nobody else see that? There's not a whole lot of things in here that are like, this is an old man. And now we're out of heads. Oh no, there's some more. What was that one? I guess that's alright. He's got this weird haircut too. It's almost that perfectly. See, but he's not, when we first meet him, he's actually pretty nice and, you know, he's good to everybody around him, but he's a smiley dude. He's not that angry, whatever. We're just doing this for the build. So anyway, okay. Moving on. We don't need this anymore. We're going to go back to the shuttle itself. So he's going to be about halfway back. Sitting in the nondescript fuselage area. With the arms up so we don't conflict with anything that we're building. I swear I'm having such a problem with this. I'm having a lot of technical issues lately and I'm not sure what is going on. Alright, so this is going to be a long ship, but it doesn't have to be that long because we get the idea that this is a long part of the fuselage, but it doesn't have to be. I'm trying to get back down to making them smaller of size. So some of the builds that I have are a little big, a little heavy on the piece count. So I'm going to try to make sure that that's not like that. The other thing is I got to find a piece that looks like this, because this is very iconic of this ship. And you can see from here, it's very iconic. And I don't know if that's like the bridge, then it's got weird slats for windows, or what. There's another picture of it. It's not much better. Yeah, I'm not sure if those are where in most Star Wars things, they're just right up in the front, but this weird sort of design, I wouldn't want to look out little slats like that. Maybe it's a droid-controlled ship? Don't know. Anyway, so there's a couple things we could do. We're going back to the round bricks that we did for the tri-droid again, just because I don't know where else to start. Those are way too big. I thought maybe to have those in the front and have them be white. And now I'm going to turn this back on so I know. what I have to work with. So that may be a little big, but we'll see. Group him. What? Why is it twisted like that? Is it because of the hood? That is really weird. The problem with doing that is like every time I move him. No. It's not a big deal. I'll put him right about there. So that may be alright. I think it's a little big, but they're supposed to be these chunky little things. So then if we do a round plates, and that is kind of perfect because it sticks out a little bit, kind of like this does. Only we can get, is it bright red or dark red? Let's do dark red. Everything's better with dark red, right? So then the question is, then we got to make this kind of curving. I don't think we have. How much we can make this curved over here. That's too big. Is that too big? That may be too big too. Oh, but look at that. Maybe these. Nope. Go up. That doesn't fit the slope. Please just be the center. Thank you. Good. Yeah, that doesn't match the slope, so that's out. Looks like this is the only thing that matches the slope. I don't want that to be too big. Plus, they probably don't come in dark red. Oh, they do. Guess what? What's happening? So here's a tile that I would like to have. Instead of the there's the pointed tile. Ooh, maybe that would work. This isn't going to come in dark red, that's for sure. Yeah, is a there's this pointed tile. This one. That's pretty cool. Not going to come in that color. but then a rounded version, I think that would be pretty cool. It doesn't have to even be beveled, just like that other one, but with the... Now I'm going to put this thing on it, and it looks like garbage. So maybe I don't put a tile on it. Yeah, not going to put a tile on that. I mean, I'd like it to be swoopy, but... How much are these? 50 cents each. Good night. Oh, he's probably in the way. So my company has not yet officially closed down yet, or set everybody to work from home. I don't know why I'm talking. I don't think anybody's watching. I'm just going to keep designing. Yeah, nobody's in here. All right, back to building as we go then. These are 40 cents. Hey, Beth. Yeah. If you want to let Kaylee out, there's nobody watching. All right. All right. So I think I can get away with doing this. And then it does that. That's pretty close. I just need to be able to figure out if I get it in here. How much is that? 12 cents, 9 cents. That's almost, yeah. So these are cool and all, but they're pricey. This may be better to do it this way. Let's try that. I don't know how I'd get the thing over the top, but we'll give it a shot. Maybe we just don't do that one this time. Yeah, these are good pieces, but oh my god, it's like $3 just for those. And let's do 2x4 brick. Why is this changed? Origin just seems to change like every 2 seconds. That's too high. Plates. And this isn't going to be high enough. Will this be just right? No, it will not. Balls. These are 25 cents each. Do they come in white? 28 cents each. I mean, at this point, is it any cheaper than doing that other way? What? Alright, now I'm kind of pissed. Ugh, that was entirely too complicated. But I think that's the look we want. And I'm going to make that dark bluish gray. What's up, Rock Skull Guy 420? Go home. Go home, he says. Sorry for the delay on the greeting. Sometimes people come in and out and I don't see them because not a lot of people here. So I appreciate you coming by. I hope you're doing well and keeping safe and clean handed and whatever else is going on. He didn't stay. Shocking. So this means now that we can extend this out. To here. And 2x1 slope. Slip. Nope, it's a 1x2. Well, it definitely has a good look. Looks like a shoe. Thanks for whoever just liked the video. I appreciate that. It's definitely got the right shape. So I think we'll just keep rolling with this. It might be an expensive one because this dark red doesn't come cheaply. I also might be able to get out to do put something under here to make him be able to sit. Alright, so let's go ahead and save what we got. CSS1. We'll just call it CSS1 for now. Rename it later. So now there's greebling back here, and we could probably do with a little bit of striping. Like, I have an idea on how to do that. We'll just do a 1x1 stud brick, like so. And we'll do the same thing, but we'll do a 1x2 slope. So this is a 2x1 slope. I don't know the difference in these. It's XY axis stuff. And we're going to make sure that this comes in like a weird yellow. Unavailable, bright light orange. Is that the only other color comes in that's a yellowish? But it's yellow. Is bright light orange cheaper? I like how they have little dollar signs next to it. That's pretty cool. Yeah, medium blue is costly. No. I kind of wanted it to be this orangey color. Maybe orange? I mean, 11 cents isn't too bad. Let's do that. Actually, we can do this brick again. And then we can do those in red. All right. We just had to get them on here. Oh, that's right. It's these stupid. Let's make that a 2x6 then. Try not to get too big with these, but we'll go back and trim it. I mean, it's still only 45 parts so far, so I mean, still not doing too bad. And these can be replaced with like 4 2x6s, but I think that's just as equally costly. I'm not even going to bother putting landing gear on this thing. I mean, you can see it's in there, but that's not a high concern of mine. I'm just going to kind of make sure it all gets done. Alright, well there we got that so far. I'll not save as. Save. Yeah, it's pretty good so far. I like that. Even if we wanted to do this part is twice as small, is half as big as this, and it's twice as much. You know what? It doesn't need that little thing in there. I'm going to make an executive decision. This thing can go away. Yeah, you know what? Good without. Alright, so at this point, I think we're good. I'm just going to start making these little greebling areas to get the wing thrusters. So what I might try to do is just build the thrusters out and then figure out how to attach it. Because I've got a lot of areas in here where I can work to attach stuff, so I'm not too worried about that. But what I might also do is go back through here and redo a lot of the layout of some of those plates in there, because I think I doubled up where I didn't really have to. So let's look at these engines. So we've got 3 really big engines. They look exactly the same. Not one of them is different from the other. These 2 attach. Is there a radar dish there? Is there a big version of this image? No, there isn't. And this one's just dark. Can't really tell what's going on with it. Doesn't look like there's a radar dish there, so maybe I'm alright. But yeah, so we've got some cylinders and some cones. I foresee us using some fezzes, because I know fezzes come in dark red. we're gonna get 3 of those, or I'm gonna just build 1 engine out. And then we'll do 2x2 round tile. We'll do this one. And then we'll do that in white. So I know I'm like not really speaking to anybody right now, but I'm not concerned, but I'm curious. This looks very white. Like that's very white, but is that gray or is that also white? Because it looks like it could match this, you know? And that's white. Somebody modeled this. That's not great. This one's a lot better. And I think that's why it looks like there's a radar right here. But anyway. This is the movie one, so I'm basing it off the movie. Probably just get a screenshot of this. Yeah, no radar dish. It does look like there's a plate here, and I've done this before where you get a plate. Where is it? This one. It's a little wider. I may need to be a little wider actually. So this is 6 wide, and the thrusters need to be a little wider than that. So, I'm thinking, this may be too big? I mean, it's probably the right dimensions. That nipple out of the way. Uh-oh, demonetized. So we'll probably do it right about here, and we'll do like 1 level for like some greebling stuff, and then the rockets will go right on. That may be too much. Like 1 back, maybe? Yeah, because that's a really big wing. It needs to be bigger to be wider, but I think that's probably better. We'll just butt that up to it. Which means that's a, what is that plate? That's a 2x4. That's a 2x4. Let's make that a 2x6. Again, internal, so it's all light gray, but you can do whatever parts you want. And there's nothing under there. What I might do with this is do... Yeah, I'm going to need some under there to do... do 1x2 plate. So this is a good example of just going through and getting it done, and then I'll go back through and clean up the unnecessary like doubling of plates, and if I could get away with not doing 6 of one and then just do 4 or 3 or 2 instead with a bigger plate, and that'll be better. Alright, so that's held in there pretty good. That won't go away. I'm wondering, that's 8. 2x8. Orange print. wonder if I could do these instead and just have them stick out further. I think I might do that instead. I don't know how I'm going to attach them, but let's just go too far back. These are 30 cents. You've got to be kidding me. Ugh. What color are they? Oh, they have to be red too. Oh, that's funny. In light gray, they're 30 cents. In dark red, oh, these are electric plates? I didn't mean for that to happen. I just wanted 2x2 plate. 1x2 plate. Oh, they used to, okay, they fixed that. It used to be that when you would do a search, the first thing if you just did a basic plate, the first thing that would come up would be the electric plate version of that. And I'm like, that is dumb. Is that a good level? They have like a, sometimes they have somebody's done a bunch of elevation drawings. So here's the other one. This is the Maison Martinet. And it's supposed to be a modified CSS-1. So I don't know at what point they do. I mean, that's heavily modified. So I'm not really sure I mean, it looks like they kept a couple engines and maybe like the frame, and then they took a lot of the other stuff off. Anyway. Yeah. So, all right. Anyway, I was looking for one of those neat elevation art pieces that somebody usually does, where they're like, there it is. It's something like that. Assault Light Cruiser. It's kind of like that. Oh, now I got a new one to do because I don't think that's right. But whatever. I just need to see how that lines up, but I think I've got it, so let's go back to that. That's good enough. Just have to stick those engines way up high on that, which means there's going to be a central bit right here to hold it up. So if we get 3 of these, just put them in position and then we'll figure out how to attach them. It needs to go up a little higher. Not a good height. Maybe a little higher. Nope. Yeah, that's probably good. All right, looking good. Save. Always save. I'm gonna go quick host a friend of mine because reasons. Yeah, I know I'm live. Instant mute. Can I host? I used to be able to like right-click host. Now I don't even know how to. It's just Goldilocks and the bear, and they're playing. Does not allow live hosting. All right, well, whatever. All right, back to this. All right, so we've been going for about an hour. I think we'll go till about 3:45. We might be able to get this done. What part count are we at? 59 pieces. That's almost nothing comparatively. So now it's just a matter of attaching all these guys, and oh, we need to do some engine bits. So get you round brick. Be pretty easy. You can spell round brick. Provided that comes in that color. It does. Oh, and they've got that weird thing in the end, which I think is just going to be another one of these coming out the back in this color with a 1x1 round brick, just like that. And they're just coming out kind of in the middle, something like that. Now, this looks like these are attached to the wings, and I don't know how I'm going to do that, except... So there's brackets that you can put there, but it won't... We want to hold on to that stud right there at the front. I had an idea about... Oh, that's 1x1. 1x2 mod plates. So, I'm going to propose something. Oh, that might work. What color can those be? I bet those can't be this color. And I bet these can't be that color. I might do some more streaming from home, since we're all going to be stuck inside for the next whatever. I'm going to try to do maybe a couple more streams this week. I'm just going to knock out some more designs. I've had a big list of designs for a while, and I probably should just chug through them. But I want to. I mean, I still, even if my job is like, you have to, we all have to work from home. I still have to. I still have to work is the thing. So I still need to, it's not like I can stream during the day or anything like that, but I might be able to like instantly afterwards, like 4 o'clock, start streaming something. So if anybody wants to be involved in that or watch, just, keep an eye on this channel and we'll see what happens. Trying to provide more entertainment for the people who are stuck at home. So I'm trying not to look at the Lego versions of these ships, because then I don't want to get unnecessarily influenced, but I need to find what the back of this thing looks like. I always like putting wheels as engines, but sometimes they let me down. It's almost not even worth it. Tell you what, these were great. These hubcaps on the Razor Crest. I really lucked out with those. If I could find more stuff like that. See, sometimes it's just too big. Or there's no way for it to like join. Like there's no way to make that look good. It's a little smaller. Wow, what is that? I've never seen that before. That's cool. Some of these are too big. Some of these are too small. Some of these are just right, but there's no way to attach them. That's not even close. See, these are perfect. I love these. Can I make those work? I think we might be able to make those work this time. It just needs a little Technic pin, right? So if we do, or well, Technic axle. Technic axle 2. Should be really, yeah, like one of these. And I know they come in, that's expensive. They come in red, and they're like ubiquitous. It doesn't really line up. It never works. I may have had it and not realized it. These wheels just never... Studio and wheels are just the worst. Sometimes you can get a... Nope. What did I just do? Huh, weird. Did it at a weird angle. Oh, that's weird. Oh, I think it rotated it at like 45 degrees or something. Oh, it's got weird notches in it too. Cool. Alright. Sometimes you can get them to... kind of go in by doing it this way. Oh, but I've turned it. That's the problem. Yeah, this just, oh, it's so frustrating. See, now, perfect. How far down can it go? That's too far down. Oh my god. What's up, Glenn? I take it you made it home okay. Welcome to my stupid channel that doesn't seem to know when to work properly. Alright, let's see if I can put... Or let me put one of these. these in here? Can't tell. These wheels are so frustrating. I mean, that looks great, but I want to put like a... Doesn't matter. Let's just do it. I'll worry about it in post or whatever. I'll get a couple of these and see if it actually works. All right, saving that. Finish that bomber, which means I'm going to crack open this. Flying Man Honey Wheats. Flying Man is a local, every time, Pflugerville brewery that I thought was going out of business or selling their brewery to like kind of a turnkey kind of thing where they're like, look, it's all set up. Somebody else come in and do it. We've got it all working. We just don't want to do it anymore. That was my understanding, but I think they haven't closed yet, so I mean, je ne sais pas. All right, so this is going to be I might be able to do these. Ooh, you know what? 1 by, I don't know, 2 by, actually 3 by 2. Wait, modify. Yeah, does this come in white? It does. Oh, that's not going to work. It's an interesting shape I just did that I've never seen before. That I'm going to have to use more often. But not today. That's too big. Okay, so ooh. Not so much for that idea. Oh, that worked great because that was in there. So the idea I had was to put a plate in here to hold these together. Let's just do that and see what happens. That needs to be out a little further too. that 8 or 6? That's 8. And of course that's 7. But I mean, that lines up. By 3 plates. 2 by 4 plates. And then make these white. Actually, I can make them dark red because they both come in that color. And then 1 by 1 tile. And white. Nope. And the only reason I'm doing this is to figure out a better way to attach. That doesn't line up really well, does it? I'm gonna have to get rid of these wheels. They're just a disappointment in the software. That's as far as I can go. I don't know why that guy's still there. Save. So that'll make it easier for these guys to be attached. And then move them forward. Move forward. Like that. How many pieces are we looking at? 76? Yeah, these wheels. Just, I don't want to worry about them being such a tragic disappointment. Ah, crap. I just painted myself into a corner. This is not a viable solution. What's up, Laura? Not to you. Do you want me to? Hmm. Well, I didn't want to have to do this, but here it is. Always comes down to the 2x8 plate. Hi, cat. What color can those be? Those colors. Alright. Well, dummy, what do you think was going to happen? I know there are... What are those triangle tiles called? They're not just 1 by 1. They're like 1.5 by something. I'm not talking anyway. I mean, they exist across a 2 by 2 tile. What do you need, sunshine? There we are. What do the bottoms of these look like? Can it fit there? What do you need? Do you want up here? Come in. Come in. Come in. What time is it? Oh, you probably think you want food. Come here. How about you get up here instead? Yeah, I thought about putting them there, but maybe something else. Cats. Cats. This is Fizzgig. For those of you guys who don't know, this is Fizzgig. Go ahead, Fizzgig. This is Fizzgig. Go ahead, Fizzgig. He is a dog cat. He just will not leave me alone. He's like all over my business. Oh, let's not sit on the keyboard, and then you can stay. Yeah, you want food. I know you do. Give me about 20 minutes. Actually, give me about 10 minutes. Okay? It ruins kind of the aesthetic of the whole thing. Oops. Yeah, let's just leave it. But if we put a it's right there. Like a grill tile, I bet that'll be alright. Give me much room to do anything else in there. What? Oh. Oh, that's what I got that for. It's probably not. It's just a waste of space, I think. I mean, that by itself is probably even just better. Beth, this cat is ridiculous. You should come look. He's just laying here on the table while I do stuff. Oh, you're kidding. $9. No way. Well, I'm not using that part. do 2 by 2. Yes, Kitty, I know. Your life is just the worst. If you don't feed me, I'm going to take over your channel, and this channel is going to be all about cats. It's going to be all about me and my program. Right? That's what I thought. Let's just do... These come in dark red, don't they? How many pieces am I up to? 89. It's going to be a lot. Excuse me. You're right, kitty. Yeah, $9 part. No, we're going to have a $9 part. Why is this off-centered now? Hey, you're on the trackpad now. You're getting a little big for your britches there, Chief. What the what? Okay. That was fun. That was a good experiment. Bye-bye. We're almost done anyway. It's gonna have to be jumpers to the rescue. Already getting a little out of control. I shouldn't have odd-sided these things. Yeah, see, now it's just a matter of filling in gaps and just adding pieces to make it look better. Still have to make this work in the back. I'm not really sure how to do this yet. What are those bricks called? They're not macaronis. These guys. Facet. It's a little big. I have 2 by 2. They do. What color do those come in? Probably not one that I'm going to be able to use. Dark gray. Nope, because it's... Oh, this is going to screw me. It's going to really screw me. It lines up perfectly, but this whole thing is going to... color do those guys come in? They come in dark red for 60 cents. That's pretty cool. Can't really tell. Is that actually showing up at all? Seems like it's not doing much of anything. Okay, you know, for 60 cents, I don't know if that's worth that little bit of. So this is the other thing I like about the tool is, where is it? Model info. $31. A dark red 3x3 is $2? That can't be right. Well, that's not a real part, and that's not a real part. That dark red stuff is expensive. These guys are going to be pricey. The rest of this stuff is pretty basic. And I have most of it. Yeah, these things just aren't worth it. I mean, I guess they look alright, but I can just do any kind of tile in there. Alright, so I've been going like an hour and a half. I'm going to go ahead and save it. You can basically see that we're just about done with it. I'm going to have to figure out how to fill in this area. I may have to redo this whole thing because if you notice that this is offset, this is 7 studs wide right here. It lines up really well with this. Right? You can see that the end of this little wedged angled bit right here ties into that really nicely. It's either that or create a whole engine block and figure out how to have it hanging off just this one part, and I'd rather not do that. This is probably pretty stable. I know it's not really a legal build having this Technic brick in there like that, but I can shore this up and it's going to be very stable. So I kind of like it, and I might just be able to figure out how to fill in this back area with a bunch of jumper plates and just kind of be done with it. Because it looks like it's pretty solid through here in between each one. So, oh, you know what I was going to do? Slope. Does it have that corner one? Expensive and prone to breakage. The red is prone to breakage? I thought it was the brown. I thought the brown was the one that was prone to breakage. The reddish brown. Yeah, that part doesn't come in. It needs to be a different color anyway. Is that white? It needs to be white. Oh, dark red, really? I think if I get some new stuff, as long as I haven't had any dark red brakes. Oh wait, no, I have. I've had a little corner plate or a wedge plate break on me. So anyway, I think this looks pretty good so far. It looks like it. I cut some costs by doing, instead of those round bricks, those 1x3 round bricks, we were able to do kind of a snot. Not really snot build, but kind of snot build. We got our nice yellow stripe in the middle there. We got our Palpatine kind of sitting nice in there. And a little lip around the side. It's pretty good. Oh, do these come in dark red? They do. Oh, brilliant. So I might change these to be dark red. Only slightly more expensive that way. Yeah. Alright. So that's looking pretty nice. I like it. So far, 95 parts. It's not the smallest thing ever. It's probably going to end up being about 115 when all is said and done. But again, there's a lot of like duplicate, like 1x or 2x4 plates in here that I can probably change out. So we'll see what happens. Again, sorry for the all the mix-ups with the technical stuff this afternoon. I'm hoping that gets better again. I want to improve kind of the channel overall, but I don't, at this point, not really sure what's going on with it and why it's not behaving well. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Hope everybody takes care of themselves and doesn't, get sick. Wash your hands. Don't go out if you don't have to, that kind of stuff. So might do a couple more streams this week. Work on, I'll put this off until maybe tomorrow night. We'll do this again, or Tuesday night or something. Beth doesn't work, or Beth works Tuesday night, so I might be able to do it again Tuesday night. But keep an eye on the updates and the subscriptions. And if you haven't subscribed, and if you're here viewing for the first time, Mixer, Twitch, YouTube, Ben's Brick Designs, I appreciate the subscriptions and the follows. And take care, everybody, and I hope you have a good